Welcome back. Thank you all for staying. I said earlier on the stream that we had about as many people on the stream as we did in the room. We've blown that away. There's well over 100 people on the stream now, so I think we're still 50 odd in the room. So really, yeah, they're not as drunk as you. So just think about that in the next couple of minutes. Anyway, you don't want to see me. That's become abundantly obvious over the last half hour. You want to see our special guest. She's been amazing. We couldn't have had a better choice. So I'd like to hand over to everyone's favourite Essex girl, Queen of the Geeks, Miss Rachel Riley.
Thank you. It's the least surprising entrance because I've chatted to half of you already, but thank you very much for having me. SimCon 2019. Some of you have asked me how many times have I been invited to an office to do an awards ceremony, and this is the very first time. It may well be the last. I don't know. I have said to Simon, it does remind me, I feel like I'm in an episode of The Office, which has already been said tonight. And good evening to the 100 people watching us online. Thank you very much. It's good to have you. I was also told that there was going to be a break before this, and you were actually all going to go home to the hotel and have a shower. So thank you for no one having a shower. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm sure it's because my presence and the bar kept you here, something like that. Also, as I got here, we didn't have too much of a plan. This is kind of it's very what's the word? Free form. And as I got here, Simon said, "Would you mind playing a countdown game?" And I said, well, obviously I can't contractually, has countdowns its own separate thing, so we can't do that. But there is an app that I like to play online called 6 Numbers. So if anyone wants to have a game of 6 numbers, I think it would be rude to get me all the way to Bristol not to do a little bit of 6 numbers while I'm here. So Simon's going to be my glamorous assistant, one of them. If you wouldn't mind, I'm going to need 2 contestants. This is quite a mathematical, quite a numerical, quite macho environment. So pit them off against each other. So if you could pick your most intelligent, most macho, competitive guys out of here.
So we need. Can I have my mic? We need 2 people. Shall we go for some complete opposites? Or as their mother called them, from the sublime to the ridiculous. Let's go from somebody that didn't have a clue who Rachel was earlier on, but has hogged her all night, to somebody that is an Uber fan. So I think we need to call up Mr. Dan Jenkins.
Hungry Dan. Entering the arena. Hungry Dan. Here is pad and paper.
Less favourite.
And Mr. Jared Smith.
And definitely one of the top 3 nicest people in the communications industry, as we've been told. So you have a pen and paper. So you're very familiar with the 6 numbers rules. 6 numbers rules. You have no clue. So we will talk it through. But first of all, obviously, this is just a macho pride thing. But we do have a star prize for you, for the winner of this game. So Atik, if you could...
it took us months to get it together.
I know, I don't have a guy with a bow tie just in his pants, but we do have a second glamorous assistant who's going to show us the star prize.
That means nothing
No,
to Jared. Jared
be a
doesn't know.
surprise.
It's going to be a surprise. Okay, well, you have to wait and see what you're in for. It's amazing. No expense, literally no expense was spared. Okay, so glamorous assistant, if you could go in the middle. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to have, because it's 6 numbers, I need 6 little numbers, so 6 numbers between 1 and 10. 5, 9, 7, 27's not between 1 and 10, but thank you for playing. 2.
Can we not have one big one?
Unfortunately, copyright rules mean, and plus your numerical, so 6 small is probably good. 0 isn't between 1 and 10 either. 1 and 4. Okay, let me look at those. And I'm going to give you a target, a 3-digit target. And what you're allowed to do, you can use addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division to make the target number. You don't have to use all the numbers, but you can't use any of the numbers more than once. You got it? No. 6 6 numbers. It's a brilliant app. It's $1.99.
Base 10, or can we use hexadecimal?
You can't. No, you can't because it's just linear. Well, you can actually. If you get the answer, put your hand up. It will just really piss them off. I think. That's how to work it out. Okay. And I'm not going to do anything like a time frame like 30 seconds or anything. I think it's just going to be the first person to get the answer spot on wins the star prize. Spot on. You're going to stay here until you get the exact target answer. Okay. And I'm going to give you the target number of 333. Your time starts now. And now we just watch them do maths. This is kind of a little bit of dead time. But look at the intensity on Dan's face. Oh, we've got one person's got it at the front.
Shut up.
And nobody's watching you. Anyone in the audience, have you got it? Just keep your hand up if you got it, just to put them off.
Do it for America, Jared.
We only got one person who's got it so far. Is there anybody else who's got it in the audience?
I have it.
2, we've got 2 arms up. 3. How close are you? Simon did say, what will this take, 10, 15 minutes? I said, no, more like 3 or 4, but
Oh, bugger, I've used number twice.
If it gets to 25 minutes, then we'll just see who's closest.
Fraser's got 675.
Do you need a clue?
Yes.
Look for factors.
That's what I'm doing.
This is the product of a square number times a prime number.
That doesn't mean anything right now.
There are 2 square numbers there. One of them it might be divisible by.
Oh, this is hard.
One of them might be divisible by.
Simon, what's it like being quiet?
He hasn't even got a microphone to respond. We've still got 3 people in the audience who've got it. It's divisible by a square number. Divisible by a square number. This is a square number. This is now a test of long division. This is 2.
What? Long division was always the terrible thing at school.
Everyone dance. What's that music?
This is.
Buy an answer off someone.
There's another clue. There's another clue. There's another clue.
Who can do that 9 times?
Who can do 9 times 37?
You just look at it. You just know.
No, that's not how it works.
Well, we've got a 9. Now you've got.
On that.
All you have to do is make 37. Oh, Jared, do you think you've got it?
No.
Yes? Let's have a look.
Got it.
9 times 5 times 2 times 4 minus 1 plus 2.
5 times 2 times 4 is 40. Oh, hang on, you've used the 2 twice. It's still on. Oh! Keep going.
Come on.
See, I never get the full number on that thing that we can't mention. I get very.
Were these your best troops, Simon?
Should have won
I don't know why he selected me.
How many viewers do you think we've still got? Right. Another go.
9 times
Oh.
5 times 7 plus 2 plus 1.
Oh.
Okay,
9 times 5 times 7 is what?
So 5 times 7 is 35.
5 times
Yeah.
7 is 35.
Plus 2 is 37.
Plus 2 is 37.
Times 9.
Times 9! Yeah. I think
Alrighty, on to the more serious
oh, wow. Okay.
business of the evening.
Cheers.
You've heard about the SimCon Awards. I want these to be quite a special thing because I've looked around the industry and I've seen the various awards, and indeed we get asked several times a year, oh, you entering such and such an award. And to enter, you fill in a question and answer about yourself, which is kind of uncharacteristic for us, believe it or not. And then you may get shortlisted and you're invited to book a table, so you can be there with all of your trusted customers. Should you win, and then you offered an advertising package just in case. And it just feels dirty to me, to be honest, when there's so many people out there that give so much that are never going to think of filling in themselves on a question and answer to submit their name for an award. So I want to try and surface the people that would never do that. From community nominations, the one rule is you can't nominate yourself. There are no fixed prizes. So if somebody has done good in the community, or somebody is just a good sort, they can be nominated for a SimCon Award. And we've got 7 tonight, I think, for the first year. But I hope this will catch on. It doesn't have to be a Simwood thing. I would love it to become a general industry thing, but we're happy to seed it and get it going. But I want to surface the unsung heroes in our industry and get recognition where recognition's actually deserved, rather than giving recognition to people that have got nothing better to do than promote themselves. Because the truth is, those that are running high growth businesses are busy running high growth businesses. Those that are nice people are busy helping others. The awards presently don't surface those people. So without further ado, we'll kick off. So a few years ago, we got a phone call, a sales inquiry, as we normally do. But this one was different. This one was from somebody that was quite uncharacteristic. In fact, they were brand new to the industry, but they had an edge. They had an approach that was quite unique. And it was us v BT IPX for their business, so of course we won. And we've seen them grow, and they've been quite astounding in their ability and their focus to have a plan, start from nothing, and just execute.
In a nice way.
In a nice way. So over to...
You never know. If this is what being watched online, I'm about to give an award for awesome execution. I think Simon, not only has he chosen the winners himself, you've invented the awards categories yourself, so they have a certain je ne sais Simon about them. But the first award of the evening, awesome execution, goes to yay.com.
And I believe Matt's here. Matt.
This is unfortunate. I will put the black hood aside. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Congratulations. And I'll put you in the middle. I'll give you that. And I'll pop you in the middle. No, you go in the middle. I'll go women handle you.
Awesome execution.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, that's a total surprise.
Well done. You can. Well done. Terrible.
Now, a few years later, another company phoned up, and these guys had an edge as well, but they didn't really do a lot. To be honest, we kind of forgot about them. And then they went bang, and they've kept going bang ever since. So our second... Sorry, Rachel.
Are you trying to lose me my job?
So for exploding onto the scene with a bang.
Oh dear. This is not for a vigilante, is it?
No.
This is the kick-ass new entrant. There's definitely some innuendo in there, especially when you hear that the winner is Circle Loop. Well done. There you go, kick-ass new entrant. I'll take the cover away for the photo, and I'll hand it back in 1 second. And woman handle you. There we go.
That's it. And again. One more. Hang on. That's it. Perfect. Thanks,
Lovely.
guys.
This is your.
Cheers.
Carry it. Well done.
Okay, so that deals with the company winners. Next, we move into the community a little bit more, and there's an open source project. Every so often, there's an open source project comes along that completely changes how you look at things. And I have a history of having a pet project of the year, and it does Ross's head in because I'll find a new toy, and that has to be the epicenter of everything that we do. Good example, a few years ago, it was Redis. But there's a great new project in the voice space that I'm very keen for more people to hear about, because I think it's going to dramatically change how we do things, and we'd like to recognise that project.
This is quite a normally named award. Yeah, we have the most exciting new open source project. And that does exactly what it says in the tin, and the winner of this award is Dractio. Well done, here we are. Winner. I'm going to put you in the middle, here we go.
Look at me. And again. Perfect, thank you very much.
And this will protect it from fingerprints. That's what you wanted.
Well done, Dave. Okay, now, running an open source project is hard, and running something that doesn't make money in a way that pays the bills is really hard. And we've seen different projects balancing those two competing interests in different ways. And over the last year, there's been quite a bit of change in the open source VoIP sector in terms of how people square that circle. We'll have views on that, but looking at the positive aspects, there's one company in the corporate sector that has made it its business to support open source and ensure that open source remains open source. And you've probably already guessed who I'm talking about, so I probably don't need to say any more, but we'll hand over to Rachel.
So the Open Source Guardians winner 2019 are Sangoma.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we live in our dream. Everything.
Look at me. One more.
Cider and an award. Big night.
Thank you.
Well done. That'll protect it for you. Well done.
Let me just check with Kathleen which is next, because I
I can
forgot.
flash you a.
Daniel. Okay, for the next award, I'm going to need some help. So hopefully, on the screen very shortly, we will have another special guest. Probably not quite as attractive as the first, but no less intelligent. It's Mr. Black.
And do they know that you've installed a webcam in their bedroom? Ah,
Daniel!
hey!
Can you hear me, Daniel?
Yes, I can hear you.
This is like the
Can you hear me?
Eurovision Song Contest, isn't it? But can we have the results from Berlin? No, don't worry. So-
Yes, actually,
Daniel,
I'm no longer in Berlin.
I've got a
traveling,
confession. You're here to help me with the next award, but it might not go
Yeah.
quite the way you expect. Okay? I mentioned that open source is difficult It's a difficult balance of pressures, not just financially, but organizationally. And there's one project that is at the epicenter of every big voice network, but nobody knows. There is one project that is so well managed that it runs like a ticking clock. And that project is Camelio. And that project is led by Mr. Daniel Konstantin Möller. So Rachel,
Yeah, the winner of the Open Source Excellence at 2019 is Camelio. And I think hopefully you can see me. Can you nod if you can see?
he's in that camera
You're
there.
in this camera up
You
here.
have to.
How about now? We're gonna, yeah.
Oh, that's a big surprise. Many thanks. Many thanks.
If you squeeze in a bit more. That's it.
Life size.
Hello.
Yeah, and Daniel thought he was going to be presenting an award to someone else, so he has been stitched up by Simon to be here tonight. But
Daniel,
Phil,
I'll bring the
send
award
this
with
to
me to Camellia World
Yeah.
in Berlin in May. I can't wait to see you there.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
A big surprise. Many thanks, and we'll see each other. Greetings to everyone there.
Sorry, Daniel. Right.
Don't make it dangerous. Yeah, you need to
Yeah,
bring the award.
thank you.
Does his
don't
own
find an
stunts.
excuse. Don't find an excuse now.
Thank you, Daniel, and enjoy the rest of your holiday, and thank you for coming in to talk to us.
Thank you, Simon,
Take
for
care.
everything. Enjoy the evening. Have a big party there. Bye-bye.
Okay, our next award is nothing to do with open source, but is to do with the community. Now, we all know, me particularly in the last 48 hours, that organising an event is hard. Doing so single-handedly must be really hard. For me, I just had to shout at people and then get cross, and things sort of happened. But doing so on your own would be quite a challenge. So to pull off an amazing event is quite an achievement, but more so, to pull off an amazing event that could have been sponsored by Visit Britain, whose sole objective seemed to be to make the Americans say, "Oh my God," is quite an accomplishment. And so for that accomplishment, we would like to recognise.
Yeah, you have the wrong countdown host, but I will present this Pride of Britain award. It goes to one of the Dans. I'm not sure which of the nicknames we're about to find out, but this goes to Dan Jenkins.
This is Hungry Dan.
Well done.
Got your own
It's yours.
Oh!
One more.
Sorry, I was licking my lips then.
Yeah, you're right.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, not licking your lips in that one.
Good.
Great. Well done, Sam.
Hold on, Sam.
Do you want this? There's the cover.
Okay, our final award is quite a special one, and I'm going to need some video help for this one as well. Do we have our second special guest, this time coming in from the States? Mr. Fred Posner.
Hello.
Fred, have you been watching the stream?
No.
No? Have we got audio from Fred? Fred, speak.
Hey, how's it going?
We can't hear you, Fred. Ross.
Can you send a
You guys
PCAP
can't
in?
hear me?
Is anybody working telephony?
Blink twice if you need help.
Okay, I'm going to talk, because nod if you can hear me, Fred.
Sign language.
Okay. Good. Okay. Fred, nod if you've been watching the stream. Okay. Okay, good. So I brought Fred in to help me present an award to somebody else. Now, you know how every award ceremony ends on a high, usually with a lifetime achievement kind of award. We've got a special award for somebody that is very close to all of our hearts. Somebody that would do anything for anybody in the community. Somebody that would do you a favor and then thank you for it. That person and that award is...
This is back to us. Simon Special. This is the Pre-Posthumous Award.
Pre-Posthumous Legend.
Pre-Posthumous Legend. And that is Fred.
Fred
This is for
Posner.
you.
You got me good. You got me good.
Again, Fred was stitched up, and he thought he was presenting an award to somebody else.
Yeah, legends sadly only know they're legends when they're dead. And we wanted to tell you we all love you, Fred, before it was too late. Not that there's anything going on, but...
Thank you so much.
Oh, we've got audio from Fred.
He's going to send the
Oh,
best
sweet.
execution
It's working
over.
now.
Oh, it's working!
You got me good. You got me very good. I had a whole thing written up.
Yeah, Fred came in on the pretense of presenting to Daniel, and Daniel came in on the pretense of presenting to Fred. And that was some of the AV complication, because they couldn't meet in the back room, or the virtual back room. But Fred, congratulations. Thank you again, and well done.
No, thank you. You made a big fat guy all teary. So thank you all. I wish I was there with you. Thank you so much.
Well said, Fred.
All right, said Fred. And that's our final award. Fred, are you in Berlin?
No, I will be. I'm right now in.
No. For Camellia World.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah? Okay, we'll bring your award over there, because Fred is a key part of the Camellia project as well. In fact, some people have introduced him as Fred from Camellia, which was kind of upsetting to Daniel.
Highlight of my life.
Well done, Fred. That brings us to the end of our awards.
Thank you.
I hope you agree that everyone there is very deserving, and nobody there bought a dinner package. And thank you for giving it so much support. And I trust that next year we're going to have an abundance of nominations from you guys for other people in the industry that we need to shine a light on. We need to show people because they're doing great things. Thank you very much.
Yeah.